If any of you guys thought that I would not be discussing Sunday's debacle in terms of the results from the handicappers here at the site on today's video report, you are sorely mistaken, and clearly you haven't been following me over the past 5 or 6 years on the daily video reports, because you know it's a fact. I will more often talk about guys that are losing than winning, because you know who the winners are. I just feel in terms of total transparency, it's always so important to tell you what's going on here at the site. And yesterday, if I can use an analogy, it would be like when you're in the middle of a bull run in the stock market, right? And everything's going great, and then you just have this one day where all the blue chippers are down. Well, that was yesterday here at the site, because only one handicapper won yesterday. Yeah, that's right, one handicapper won yesterday. So, guys like, for example, Craig Davis, who has just been so good in the NFL in the 6.5 years he's been at the site. In fact, since the end of the 2011 season, despite yesterday losing the second ever 150 dime play of his career in the NFL, first one was a winner back in week number 8, Packers over Saints. Yesterday, the loser, Chiefs against Denver. Despite that loss, $10 better, still up $14,340 in the NFL since the 2011 season. A guy, Jeff Benton, who has still won 25 of the last 39 days, who still has $10 betters up over $20,400 since early April, did lose yesterday with his NFL total. A guy like Scott Delaney, who has customers up over $6,300 over the past 25 days. Did he, in fact, lose yesterday? Yes, he did. A guy like Gabriel DuPont, who had been on a very, very nice roll with 50 dime plays or higher, 83 and 65. Did he lose 100 dime NFL winner number 4 in a row yesterday on the Ravens? Yes, he did, after winning a 100 dime play on Saturday with Minnesota Golden Gophers in college football, and Friday 60 dime college basketball winner with Wisconsin. So guys that had won long term and have produced big time profits over the long haul. Oh, by the way, Steve Buden's Cali Cartel, a crew that had won this season 14 out of 15 50 dime releases. 14 out of 15 had won 20 out of 27 plays overall. Were they on the long side of the Steelers yesterday? Yes, they were. So they all lost. And who won yesterday? Who won? And listen, I don't mean to denigrate him. I don't mean to insult him. I'm just pointing out the facts. The guy who won yesterday was Anthony Redd. Congratulations. He cashed in with the Green Bay Packers. This is the same Anthony Redd who had lost the 3 previous days. The same Anthony Redd who had lost 11 of the previous 15 days. What, you think I wasn't going to point that out too? That's the bottom line. There are no guarantees in gambling. And you've been doing this long enough. You're big boys out there. You do it just like me. You know that's the fact. And there are days that you're going to have the perfect storm where either everything goes great or everything goes poorly. And yesterday was one of those days. Now, I've always said nobody wins every single day in this business. Anybody that claims to, well, they're frauds, they're liars. What you're looking to do is, win over a long haul. And that's the bottom line. So, without further ado, that addresses Sunday. Let's talk today. Today, Matt Rivers going for winning day, or excuse me, not winning day, winner number 16 out of 22, because you know he's not an overall everyday handicapper here. Going for winner number 16 out of 22 over the past 3 months. Top rated 500,000 star Monday night lock of the year. The Miami, New York side. He is 7-2-2 with this play over the 11 years. Plus, he's been a charter member of the site. It matches his 500K college total of the year you got for only $9 on Saturday with Baylor and Texas Tech going over the posted price. Today, you save $75 by using coupon code MATT, M-A-T-T, his first name. FYI, Matt and Jeff Benton, who is still seeking winning day number 26 out of 40. He has 50 dime winner number 32 out of 53 going tonight. He is on the opposite side of Rivers. The aforementioned Anthony Redd, the $5 play of the day, I couldn't resist. Packers yesterday, you get his Monday night total of the year for $5 using coupon code REDD5, R-E-D-D, and the number 5. FYI, Trace Adams, who last Monday night you got as the huge $9 discounted play with the Ravens and Saints over, he has the opposite total as Redd does. The 777 triple play, it's me. Yeah, did I lose yesterday with the Steelers? Yes, I did. But today I'm going for college basketball winner number 4 in a row and 5 out of 6 this season. It's a 10 dime play, my college dog of the month. 10 dime releases in all sports, 37 and 20 roll. You get it for $7.77 by using coupon code AL777. AL777. Let's talk about this game tonight between the Dolphins and Jets. Listen, I'm not a fan of either one of these teams, but there is just no way in the world that I could possibly take the Jets and the turnover machine known as Geno Smith at quarterback. So I've got to go with Miami in this particular spot. Laying 6.5. It's down from 7, so that's your free play. Yes, have they lost their last 2 road games? At Denver, 39-36, and at Detroit, 20-16. Yes, they have. But Ryan Tannehill has really played well. And for a guy who, before the Dolphins went to London to take on the Raiders early in the season, there was some talk that he didn't have the support of head coach Joe Philbin any longer. As a matter of fact, I think he came out and firmly stated that he was the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, period. No matter what any of the whispers were. He's really played well. He has completed over 70% of his passes in 4 straight games with 5 of the last 6. And listen, he almost guided them to that comeback win at Denver last week. And that was a win in which the Dolphins defense was the victim. They're the ones culpable for that loss. It wasn't the fact that Miami didn't put points on the board. They scored 36 against the Broncos. They had the big lead, but the defense couldn't get off the field. Well, that was Peyton Manning they're facing. They're facing Geno Smith tonight, okay? Just don't see that happening. Jets secondary, banged up, injury riddled, not very good. Miami secondary has some injury concerns as well. But I would rather put my money, in terms of this free play, on Tannehill having success against the Jets secondary than Geno Smith having success against the Dolphins. And it's a must-win game for Miami. That's the bottom line. Yes, did Miami's defense also suffer against the run last week at Denver? Remember Chris Anderson at the monster game as Denver rolled for 201 total yards? Even despite that bad performance, they're only giving up 104.2 yards per game on the season, so I think that bodes well tonight against a Dolphins ground game that has been relatively successful with Chris Ivory and Chris Johnson there. So I would go with Miami in this particular spot. College basketball, the Big Ten ACC Challenge getting underway tonight. Down in Tallahassee, where nobody shows up for college basketball, an 11,000-plus arena that's barely filling, about an average of 5,600 a game. Florida State will be hosting Nebraska. Now, you may be looking at that and going, well, Florida State has won 2 straight games. Why is Nebraska a 2-point favorite? Well, it all comes down to injuries, because Florida State's starting point guard is out with a broken foot. He's also their career leader in 3-point percentage shooting. Also, they're missing one of their top scorers, Aaron Thomas, who had averaged 14 points a game in 3 games this season. He is going to miss tonight's game as well. Now, the Huskers are off to a 4-1 start. Their lone loss came in overtime at Rhode Island. Their only other road game. They're a 1.5 to 2-point favorite here tonight, but I like Nebraska in this particular spot. Have they played anybody? No. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. They played Northern Kentucky, Central Arkansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Tennessee Martin. I couldn't even tell you the nicknames of 3 of those teams. Although I think Northern Kentucky is the Norse, N-O-R-S-E. Just in case you're in jeopardy, I think that's what their nickname is. Could be wrong, but that's just memory serving me hopefully well. Knowles, they're coming off wins against Charleston Southern and the Citadel. Big deal. Okay? Who cares? They had lost at UMass. They had lost at home to Providence. They had lost at home to Northeastern. Good news for Nebraska is Terrence Pettaway, their wingman, who left 2 of the last 3 games because of an ankle issue, went through a full practice on Sunday. That's key. Listen, Florida State does have some size, okay? But Florida State doesn't have much in terms of 3-point shooting, doesn't have much in terms of offense right now, so I'm willing to take the Huskers and give them a shot here with Pettaway averaging a little over 20 points a game and Siobhan Shields averaging close to 20 points a game, and looking for them to outshoot the Florida State Seminoles. Knowles, by the way, so far this season, hitting just 22% from beyond the arc. And more importantly, when I look at taking a road team as a small favorite, I look at how the home team does at the charity stripe, because you've got to always anticipate the home team is going to get more beneficial calls, right? They're playing at home. More whistles are going to go in their favor than not. But when that home team, in this case Florida State, is shooting just 66.7% from the free throw line, that's a red flag. So in a close game, a low road point favorite, that's why I like Nebraska in this particular spot here tonight. Once again, Nebraska and the Dolphins, your 2 free plays. Best of luck to you all, and catch you again on Tuesday.